Right, wow. Joker sequel is in the works. And apparently Todd Phillips has met with Warner Brothers to discuss other origin movies from characters. So, first things first, I apologise. Everything's a little bit skew-if. Like, this is an odd size, I'm an odd size. Just bear with it for 1 second, because The Hollywood Reporter does these articles really strange on their sizing. So when we get down into it a little bit more, I'll resize everything. But look, who didn't see this coming? You know, the movie's hit $1 billion. It's the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time. And it's the highest rated, highest profitable, highest grossing comic book movie of all time as well. In terms of the profits. So, crazy. It was bound to happen. And you could kind of see the wheels turning in motion for this from the get-go. Like the moment it was released, people started to talk a little bit more and more about a sequel. And now it seems to be confirmed. This is at least confirmed by the Hollywood Reporter's sources, not by anyone else as yet. There's no official word, but it's confirmed via the Hollywood Reporter's inside sources. And they're fairly reputable, to be honest. They're right the majority of the time. So let's get into it, shall we? On October 7th, Joker director Todd Phillips headed into Warner Brothers Pictures Group Toby Emmerich's office, the chairman, essentially off the back end of the film hitting 96.2 million opening weekend haul. Sources tell The Hollywood Reporter he proposed an outsized idea that the rights to develop a portfolio of DC characters' origin stories. So it looks like Todd Phillips just went, I'll tell you what, I'm onto a winner here. Just give them all to me. Now, obviously, Emmerich was like, no, definitely not. After all, Warner Brothers is very protective of the DC canon, and all of the DC deals have been for one film and one film only. But Phillips did emerge from the meeting with the rights to at least one DC story. One. And the Joker sequel. So now that the Joker has crossed the 1 billion mark, a sequel is on the way. As the movie keeps raking in money overseas. Phillips is in talks to reprise his role as director for a second Joker outing. He and Scott Silver, who penned the gritty Joker screenplay, will write the follow-up, The Hollywood Reporter has learned. So it's not just like, oh, it's definitely going to happen, or, we think it's definitely going to happen, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It looks like it is going to be happening. That's from The Hollywood Reporter's sources. Okay, so resized. Apologies. Warner's has sequel options in place for Joker star Joaquin Phoenix, who has emerged as a strong contender in the Oscar Best Actor race. The studio and Phillips reps at CAA declined to comment. Obviously, they're not going to be commenting. This is not official as yet. Interestingly, that they already had sequel options in place for Joaquin Phoenix. This guy doesn't normally sign on to anything. But it looks like there might have been a proposed deal if, say, monetary had hit X, Y, and Z. That sort of thing. Joker marks the fourth DC title to cross the 1 billion. Following in the footsteps of 2018's Aquaman, The Dark Knight Rises, said that really strange, 2008's The Dark Knight, but its 60 million budget is far less than those previous films, so it is almost assured of generating profits of more than 500 million. Now, we do learn something really interesting. Todd Phillips made a fantastic decision on this movie. One that he's made many times before, so Warner Brothers should have seen this coming. The unexpected bounty also is generating a huge payday for Todd Phillips. Sources say the director will earn close to $100 million when the dust has settled, because he deferred an upfront payday. He said, no, I don't want a secure payday. What I want is a big old chunk of that pie that I firmly believe my film is going to make, which is probably one of the reasons this film got made in the first place. And we've heard numerous times how difficult it was to get this film made, and I think that would have been one of the selling points. He went to Warner Brothers, look, you don't believe in the film, that's fine, don't give me a payday, I will just take X, Y, and Z percentage of the profits. How about that? How about we do that? And not only in combination with the less risk from Warner Brothers, so the less monetary outing, but then also the confidence that is then obviously bled into the project from the director would have given them the go-ahead. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why this even got made. But yeah, he will earn close to $100 million off the back end of this, because he said no upfront salary in exchange for a bigger slice of the adjusted gross. In fact, the deal is similar to the one that he struck with Warner's before the first Hangover movie, which again, they should have seen this coming. You know, this seems to be his go-to. He seems to like doing this. Yeah, clearly you would, because he's made a lot of money. With Joker, Phillips has already toyed with the idea of Bruce Wayne's origin. A letter written by the mother of Arthur Fleck, aka Joker, implies that the two are half-brothers, but Penny Fleck might not have been telling the truth, given the Fleck family propensity to imagine things that haven't taken place. Still, he won't be exploring Batman's backstory. That task is already in the hands of writer-director Matt Reeves, so that isn't happening, which is, yeah, that's kind of what we expected. Now, this does throw out an interesting question, right? What's going to happen now? Is this now going to be the start of a cinematic universe of some sort? Or is this going to be the start of Warner Brothers just telling one-off stories? Because their DC universe on a whole is up in flames right now. We've got Wonder Woman 1984 coming out that seems to still be connected to everything else. We've got Aquaman 2 in the works, because we just had one of the stars of that announced that he was still returning. So what's going on? Because we've got Matt Reeves' Batman, which is supposedly not going to be connected to anything. We've got this Joker, which is not connected to anything. So who knows? It does throw out some interesting questions, doesn't it? Obviously, they're not going to give Todd Phillips the keys to everything, but one other one, he might start to weave stuff together. I don't know whether I would like that. I wouldn't like that, to be fair. So as for a DC villain origin story that could be mine next, Phillips would be well suited to either Darkseid, a tyrannical ruler who is worshipped by some as the god of evil, or Metropolis's power-mad 1%er Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor origin story was already being toyed with, actually. And goddamn, I hope it's not that. Because I don't think that would be that interesting. Lex Luthor is interesting in combination with the likes of Superman. Outside of that, he's not that interesting, because where's his motivation? You know, he's just, well, as per this article, what is he, just a 1%er that achieves all the time? You know, his motivation is the godlike Superman, so that's how there's an interesting dynamic there. But just him would be super, super lame. Not overly sure how Phillips would tackle someone like the likes of Darkseid. Would be interesting to some degree, I'm sure. But yeah, this is just crazy. Absolute madness. So it looks to be, for a confirmation from this anyway, that a sequel is in the works. And this is good news, because we had some... Well, I did a video on it. I'll leave it linked here. A sequel was being sort of toyed with, I guess. Like I said, this is no massive surprise to anyone that follows the world of pop culture and movie news. But Todd Phillips had come out and said, no, I'll only come back if there's a reason, if there's a thematic resonance within the story. And I said then, that sounds like a good idea. I don't know whether I'd like a sequel, but still, if they're going to do one, there's the right reasons behind it. So it sounds like they're doing it, and everyone's coming back to do it. He and Scott Silver, who penned the gritty Joker screenplay, will write the follow-up. They're clear as day. Now, none of this is confirmed as yet. It could still all go to the dogs. We don't know. But what do you guys think? Because a lot of people hate the idea of a sequel. I think ultimately it doesn't need a sequel, but they've got all the right things in place to make a sequel work. So that's kind of my thoughts on it. I'm neither here nor there of whether I care or not. But if they do one, which it sounds like they are going to be doing it, as per all of this, sounds like it will be good. What do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. And also, what other DC character do you want Todd Phillips to tackle? Because he's got the rights to one. He's got one more. So what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comment section. If you're new here, make sure you do hit subscribe. You can turn the bell notifications on to stay up to date on the world of pop culture and movie news. For returning subscribers, please do keep checking back to the channel. YouTube does not always notify people. It's super irritating. Also, check out some merch if you want to support the channel further. We're actually going to be getting festive merch soon, so check all of that out. But also check out the Space Jasper, Space Jeebus, as well as the Joker-inspired merch, which you can see linked underneath every single video. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I've been Mr. H. Take care.